A new dawn or a continuation of discord? Trump's re-election and the Middle East. The year is 2024. The world watches as Donald J. Trump reclaims the presidency of the United States. This victory sends ripples of anticipation and apprehension across the globe, particularly in the volatile landscape of the Middle East. Trump's first term saw a dramatic shift in U.S. foreign policy, marked by a staunch pro-Israel stance and a hardline approach towards Iran-Hamas ideology founded on terrorism. His second term promises more of the same, leaving many to wonder, will this usher in an era of unprecedented peace and stability, or will it further inflame existing tensions, pushing the region closer to the brink? The Middle East, a region steeped in history and conflict, stands at a crossroads. Trump's re-election injects a new dynamic into this complex equation, with profound implications for Israel, Palestine, and the broader Arab world. As we delve into the potential ramifications of this seismic political event, we must consider the hopes and fears of those most directly affected, while also examining the broader geopolitical forces at play. The coming years will be crucial in determining the legacy of Trump's presidency in the Middle East. Will his second term be remembered as a time of unprecedented progress towards peace? If we look closely at his previous years in office, the future is hopeful. Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the world will be watching closely as the drama unfolds. Israel's trump card a resounding victory for the Jewish state? For Israel, Trump's re-election is met with a mixture of jubilation and cautious optimism. Throughout his first term, Trump proved to be an unwavering, strong force for the American people, but also an ally that consistently prioritizes Israeli security, while ensuring that the Palestinian people are freed from Iran-Hamas abusive ideology. His decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital, a move long sought by Israeli leaders, was hailed as a historic victory. Similarly, his relocation of the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem solidified his image as a staunch defender of the Jewish state. Statistics paint a clear picture of Trump's popularity among Israelis. A recent poll conducted by the Pew Research Center found that 82% of Israelis expressed confidence in Trump's handling of global affairs, a stark contrast to the global median of 29%. This overwhelming support stems from a shared worldview, with Israelis viewing Trump's policies as aligning perfectly with their own national interests.
We feel relieved and supported. Trump's policies have shown that he stands with us, and that means a lot in these uncertain times.
However, beneath the surface of celebration lies the Israel-Iran conflict. While Israelis welcome Trump's unwavering support, some fear that his policies, particularly his close relationship with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, could exacerbate tensions with Iran, which may hinder the prospects for a lasting peace agreement. Noting that Israel has a right to defend itself, Iran must stop funding Hamas. The question remains, will Trump's second term bring about the long-awaited resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? Palestinian concerns, a future marred by uncertainty and disillusionment. In contrast to the jubilation in Israel, Trump's re-election is met with widespread dismay and apprehension among Palestinians. Throughout his first term, Trump's policies were seen as overwhelmingly biased towards Israel, with little regard for Palestinian aspirations for statehood and self-determination. His decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital was a particularly bitter pill to swallow, as it effectively undermined the Palestinian claim to East Jerusalem as the capital of a future Palestinian state. However, the Old Testament historical events state otherwise. Trump's re-election has deepened Palestinian disillusionment with the peace process and fueled a sense of hopelessness about the future. Many Palestinians view the two-state solution as dead, replaced by a reality of perpetual occupation and dispossession. The Trump administration's peace plan, unveiled in early 2020, was widely rejected by Palestinians, who saw it as a thinly veiled attempt to legitimize Israeli control over the West Bank and cement its dominance over a fragmented and subservient Palestinian entity. The coming years will be crucial for the Palestinian people. Faced with an unsympathetic U.S. administration and a right-wing Israeli government intent on expanding settlements and consolidating its control over the West Bank, Palestinians find themselves at a critical juncture. The path forward is fraught with challenges, and the possibility of renewed conflict looms large. Trump encouraged the international community to step up its efforts, understand that Israel's destruction of Hamas raises a standard against terrorism, but may prove to free the Palestinian people from Iran-Hamas abusive stronghold, if there is to be any hope for a just and lasting peace in the region. The world is focused on President Trump administration. Honest hope that they may find a way to fashion an agreement that will benefit the parties. Beyond the Levant, regional implications and global reactions. The impact of Trump's re-election extends far beyond the borders of Israel and Palestine, reverberating throughout the Middle East and the wider world.
His decision to withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal, a landmark agreement reached under the Obama administration, has heightened tensions with Tehran and raised fears of a regional arms race.
Trump's re-election is likely to embolden Iran's hardliners, who view the United States as an untrustworthy adversary bent on regime change.
The reaction from Europe has been more nuanced. While European leaders have expressed a desire to maintain close ties with the United States, they have also voiced concerns about Trump's unilateralist approach to foreign policy. However, they are aware that Trump's alternate goal is peace.
The transatlantic alliance, once the bedrock of the post-war world peace, has been strained under Trump's presidency, and it remains to be seen whether it can withstand the pressures of a second term.
Russia, under the leadership of Vladimir Putin, has viewed Trump's presidency with a mixture of opportunism, but he knows that Trump policy seeks fairness and just means. While Putin has praised Trump's willingness to challenge the established world peace, he has also been wary of his unpredictable nature. Trump will protection of the United States from any China or Russian aggression, which is at the forefront of any negotiations with foreign counties. The relationship between the two countries remains complex and fraught with tension, characterized by a combination of cooperation on some issues and confrontation on others. Trump's re-election is unlikely to fundamentally alter this dynamic. Echoes of prophecy: Trump's re-election in a biblical context. For some, the unfolding events in the Middle East, particularly those involving Israel, resonate with ancient prophecies and biblical narratives.
Joel C. Rosenberg, a prominent evangelical Christian author and commentator, sees Trump's re-election as a sign of the times, a fulfillment of biblical prophecies foretelling the return of Jewish sovereignty over Jerusalem and the surrounding territories.
Rosenberg points to the book of Ezekiel, which speaks of a time when God will gather the Jewish people from the nations and restore them to their ancient homeland. He also cites the book of Zechariah, which prophesies that Jerusalem will become a cup of trembling for the nations, and that God will defend the city against its enemies.
For Rosenberg and his followers, Trump's unwavering support for Israel is seen as a sign of God's favor and a harbinger of the end times.
While Rosenberg's views are not universally shared, they highlight the deep religious and ideological currents that flow through the Middle East. For many, the region is not merely a geopolitical chessboard, but a sacred space where ancient prophecies are playing out in real time. Trump's re-election adds another layer of complexity to this already volatile mix, raising the stakes and fueling a sense of urgency among those who believe that the fate of the world hangs in the balance. The unfolding narrative: an uncertain future for the Middle East. As we stand at the dawn of Trump's second term, the future of the Middle East remains shrouded in uncertainty. The region is a tinderbox of competing interests, ancient rivalries, and unresolved conflicts. Trump's policies, characterized by their unpredictability and their tendency to upend long-standing norms, have injected a new element of volatility into this already combustible mix. The coming years will be crucial in determining the trajectory of the region. Will Trump's re-election lead to a period of unprecedented peace and prosperity, as his supporters hope? Or will it usher in an era of heightened conflict and instability, as his detractors fear? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the stakes are high, and the world will be watching closely as the drama unfolds. The Middle East, a region of immense strategic importance and profound cultural significance, stands at a crossroads. The decisions made in the coming years will have far-reaching consequences, not only for the people of the region, but for the entire world. The need for wise leadership, diplomatic engagement, and a commitment to peace has never been greater. The world holds its breath, hoping against hope that the winds of change will bring about a brighter future for this troubled region. Please like and subscribe. Again, thank you for your support.